A little hat tip for introducing me to Halls of Torment. I did watch the very popular clip of Ben Affleck's director's, well, he's not a director, but his commentary from the Armageddon DVD, where he talks about how stupid it is that they send oil drillers to space instead of teaching astronauts how to drill. It's so good that he's doing his Bruce Willis impression. What are they gonna do when they're up there and they blow a gasket and there's hot smoke hitting them and they're trying to re-bolt the drill head in the middle of it's. I'm starting to think Ben Affleck might be kind of a smart guy. He's Ben Affleck's kind of funny. A lot of people don't think about that. You ever see Apollo 13? I'd like to think that Ben Affleck and I could be friends, maybe. Everyone thinks he's smart? No, that's Matt Damon. He's wicked smart. How do you like them apples? I thought he was dumb because he's like hot. That's my bias. That's my own cross to bear. But he did like co-write Good Will Hunting and like other movies as well. I don't know. Health regen, maybe? No, we don't need it. No. Critical damage. No. Duration on channeling and then get the ability. He won Best Picture. Was it the picture of him getting the DoorDash order of Dunkin' Donuts from his doorstep? It's one of the best pictures, I'd say. Sure. Is that pic of him smoking? Oh, I know the one. He's like, I know what you're talking about. It's him touching J-Lo's yacht on a... J-Lo's butt on a yacht, not J-Lo's yacht on a butt. I think that should be illegal for people to be in the paparazzi. I'm not trying to contribute to like a culture of celebrity worship, but like these people are just out there living their lives. Do you imagine what it would be like every time you got out of your car? You were hounded by people. Ben, say something fucked up. Ben, say something fucked up. And then people will be like, that's the price they pay. If they didn't want to be harassed constantly and baited nonstop, they shouldn't have made art that we liked. That's what you get for producing works that we enjoy that then makes us interested in you. How about transfiction? Ben Affleck, if you're watching this, I support you, unless you've said some messed up stuff, in which case, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Plus 30% damage, main weapon. I mean, this guy's torched, dude. He's fragile. Nassim Taleb could never. I feel, excuse me. Thank you. I'll still take lightning strikes. He breathes through his skin. What are you talking about? Are you talking? It sounds like you're talking about like a frog. Is Ben Affleck an amphibian? He is? That's crazy. I like him even more now. You don't see that many amphibians in Hollywood. Lizards, on the other hand. Am I right? Fellow insane people? But amphibians, not a lot. Not a lot. Raise my crit chance a little bit here. So true, so true. He's on fire today. I'm just saying what we're all thinking. Nice try. Oh, you'll never get. Okay, you guys. Hey, we have some fun here. Oh, got me pretty good, man. Got me pretty good. More projectiles. I've always wanted 15 more basis points of arrows per shot. Not true. I was thinking about pizza. I could go for some pizza this week. For sure. It's been a minute. Men always be like, oh, what do I want for dinner? Well, we could always just order pizza. Anyone else here married? What do I want for dinner? I don't know. We could always just order a pizza or something. Men, when they want pizza for dinner, you know, if you're not feeling like you want to cook tonight, we could just get like a pizza. We could just order a pizza or something. Well, if you want to. Men come from pizza, women come from sushi. My best-selling relationship novel. I've been watching Queer Eye. In Queer Eye, they're always talking about love languages. Was this a class that I missed in high school? You know what my love language is? My partner not using the limited counter space and the one sink in our kitchen when I'm also using the limited counter space and the one sink in our kitchen. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Am I right? I'm just trying to make a sandwich in here. Holy shit, +2, +2. Finally, someone's saying it. I am going to federal prison. It's the realest shit you've ever said. It's not a men and women thing, though, because I do it, too. Like, sometimes I'll be in the kitchen, and I'll be, like, doing something, and then Kate will come into the kitchen and start doing something unrelated at, like, exactly the same time. And I'm like, damn, girl, why didn't you do that, like, before I had to come out here and get something done? And then she'll be doing something in the kitchen, and I'm like, oh, my wife's in the kitchen. I want to talk to her. And then I come out and bother her while she's doing something, and then I'm like, well, while I'm in the kitchen, I might as well have a snack or, like, a glass of water or something. So I'll just fucking, like, get in her way, and then, like, oh, I see she's using this side of the island. I'll go use the other side of the island, but then she's got to walk past me to get to the fridge, and I'm gonna, like, move my shit out of the way, and now I'm chopping bell peppers on, like, not even a cutting board, just on the kitchen counter. I'll take Vanguard 1. Imagine having an island. I bought it from IKEA. I built it myself as well. I'm not trying to brag. I built a tricycle this weekend. Took me like 45 minutes. I felt like a real man. I mean, it had I didn't like make the parts for it. I just assembled it. Built maybe is not it's not the right word, but you can always use some health. Oh, baby. Finally upgrading from the Peloton, I see. Finally, a good anti-Peloton joke. That's all I'm not asking that the Peloton be above criticism or above mockery. It's a stationary bike that goes nowhere. It costs more than a bike that goes anywhere. Like, I understand the innate humor involved there. All I ask is that you mine this very low-hanging fruit for a little bit of a laugh. Instead, people are like, didn't ask, plus your bike is too expensive. And I'm like, I know. My wife's the one who pays the bill. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Ooh. We should go skeleton this time. Because it'll be funny. Look, he's out there. He's going like, oh, 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 oh. He's going, oh, oh. I walk through you for 30 damage. I walk through you for 30 damage. I walk through you for 30 damage. Anyway. What was I talking about? Men do love pizza. And so do non-men. But men are always like, you know, hey honey, what do you want for dinner? Me? Nobody's ever asked me that before. Me? For dinner? No, it's a lot of responsibility. I guess it wouldn't be. We're just looking for something easy. We could always just order a pizza or something. Why am I getting hit by this? Going back to that joke, huh? Well, the love languages one didn't hit that well, so I wanted to go back to something that works. Does pavement exist in the Peloton universe? No, they're really leaving like a lot of fruit on the table, man. They really, anyone else here that rides a Peloton, there's like 40 of us. We give each other high fives every day. They'll tell you they have like, they do 10 rock rides a week. They just play the same 15 bands over and over. And usually it's like the same one song by one of those 15 bands. I think it's like I don't think it's just poor taste from the instructors. I also think that Peloton had to tighten their bootstraps a little bit, and they have like favorable distribution deals with some artists, and they don't want to add anything else to the Peloton library because they got to pay like, you know, 10 cents per listen on the platform. So instead, my ass is just gonna be like permanently riding to like Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. Hot, hot, sticky, sweet. So when and then they fucking, everybody in the live rides always cheers when the song comes on, and I'm like, whoa, you've never heard Living on a Prayer before? Wait 2 minutes. Sure. Faster lightning that stuns. It's a good Curtis Blow rap. And Curtis Blow, your mom's a hoe. I sucked her off from toe to toe. Oh yeah, okay. Is the Peloton boomer culture? No, not really. It's not culture at all. It's just a bike. You guys are you LeBron James? You're so concerned with like everything's legacy. It's Gen X culture? It's not culture. It's just a bike. It's in your tags. I'm trying to make it culture. You got me on that one. But it's not working. Not everything that you don't have is only for boomers. Give me more. Crit chance always goes crazy. Untrue. Like, yeah, owning a house is boomer core. But like listening to Ted Leo and the Pharmacist is not boomer core, okay? If anything, it's probably Gen X. I don't know. How old is Aziz Ansari? More health, please. Auto rotate on your phone is boomer core. Yeah, well, you know what? Gen Z core is knowing how to turn off auto rotate on your phone, but not knowing the interest rate on your credit card debt. Boom, roasted. Stanley, you crush your wife during sex. Boom, roasted. -2, -2. Oh, it's the first time you've ever had a joke made at your expense? Welcome to adulthood, kid. 15 years of he's bald, he's bald, he's bald, making fun of the illness that almost killed him and left his child an orphan. Wait a minute. You can't make fun of me. 4 years ago, I was just a kid. Welcome to the fucking show, buddy. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. We've lived for 11 minutes. I have no idea how strong this run is. I will take health regen. NL's out here dunking on toddlers. Other parents will tell you, I make fun of toddlers all the time. Not to their face, but like, if I'm at the playground and there's like another kid doing some like weird stuff, I'll like give Kate like a little elbow and be like, look at this weirdo. Look at this little weird dude here. But like, how could you not? Like, when we were at the playground, this is like 2 weeks ago, Kate said that a little kid came up to her with his finger like a gun and then said, bang, I almost got you. How are you supposed to react to that? Apart from saying like, what a weird little dude. You just gotta laugh. Kids be doing some funny stuff from time to time. I mean, like, basically always. Did you guys see LeBron James post that Comic Sans photo that said money calling and then he wrote BRB, I gotta take this? I don't watch basketball, by the way, but it's he's just a funny guy, man. You didn't see that? It's like one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in social media. That's Boomer Core. Thank you. Thank you. About to watch some Tom and Jerry before we head to school. Another all-time certifiable classic. That's another great one. I did watch, there was a Twitter thread that was like 10 times LeBron James just fucking lied on camera. And then it was just clips of LeBron James telling, I mean, not harmful lies, but just like, just making stuff up. Like he was on like ESPN somehow talking about soccer. And then he's like, oh yes, when I was in England, I had the opportunity to go to like to see your football club play. And then they were like asking him questions about Liverpool. And he was like, yeah, I wasn't around for that, but when I was there, I had the opportunity to see you all play. And I just really respect like what you're doing over there. The Godfather one I forgot about. And I really must stress, I know basically nothing about LeBron James's playing career. I only know him as a celebrity, basically. But him saying that he watches The Godfather like once every few months, and then a journalist said, what's your favorite quote from The Godfather? And he's just like, oh, you know, there's just too many to mention. And the journalist was like really, like, just any quote from the movie would be fine. And he's like, I just can't do that. Like, I mean, how could you possibly do that? There's so many. He's just, I don't even mean it in a negative way. It's just really funny. Like, the man is fully spec'd for basketball. Yes, Jonathan Bernier, ex-NHL goaltender, did indeed. He was asked how he felt about Nelson Mandela, and what did he said? Something like, I never had the opportunity to play with him, but from what I hear, he's like he's an NHL legend or something like that. He's a tremendous athlete. Oh man, that's another classic for sure. Oh, Well, it's like there's a lot of stories of hockey players not being that intelligent. You don't. I don't expect them to be smart. I don't mean that. Like they shouldn't expect me to be good at hockey either. At least they got one thing. I'm good at nothing, brother. I'm not even good at video games. I spend like all week playing them. It's crazy. But like, there's this story about like Taylor Hall in the NHL failed his boating license, and it's a test that you like mark yourself or something. Just some comical stuff. I mean, at one point, when I was maybe like 20 years old, to get a summer job, I had to take this online certification called Smart Serve. It's basically like one of those courses where you're like, this shouldn't really need to exist, but somebody must have fucked something up. So, anyway, it's basically like don't serve alcohol to people who are visibly intoxicated or under the age of 19 years old. So, while taking the test, like I passed it, obviously, because every question was like, a small child walks into your bar and orders a beer. What do you do? And you're like, refuse service. I give him 2 beers because it must be his birthday. Like, those are the other, it's multiple choice, right? But I think that's roughly the level of your boating exam. Equipment. Fastest we've ever killed that guy for sure. Dude. We gotta go. The amulet again. And then start pumping that max health. I mean, like, it's very easy to understand how you fail your driver's test. I don't even mean the driving one, which is easy enough. I mean, like, the ridden one. I'll be honest with you, I think you have to get an 80% in Ontario to get your learner's permit by passing the ridden test. I definitely passed my ridden test on the first try. In the modern day, I could not tell you what 80% of those signs mean. I know stop, yields, wrong way, one way, you know, must right turn here, no left turn here. But there's some of them are like, you know, you're just never going to see them, or you might see them like a couple of times over your entire life. But I could see how people would fail that. But like, how could you fail your boating exam? Like, what is there to get wrong? It should be like one question, and that's like, you know, should you be drunk driving your boat? And the answer is no. And then they give you the keys. What is the blue part? I'll plus 2 you for that one. I believe the blue part is water. There's a lot of flags with meanings. Really, just like on a lake? Like, if you're in the ocean or you're like sailing, I think you should have to have a degree. But I feel like if you're just like on a lake, your ass is just, you're just a guy. I don't know what else to say. I feel like it's like needing a license to walk on the street or something like that. Like, I wish people walked, you know, single file or maximum like 2 across on the street as well, but I'm not saying they should have their sidewalk privileges taken away. But now that you mention it, license to make toast in my own damn toaster? Bro, they're so fragile! Fragile. Must be Italian. I think you should have to pass a test to prove that you can drive a car. Boo! It's an all-timer. I will say, it's getting crazy out there. Driving's getting crazy. I don't know why I'm phrasing this like as part of my stand-up bit. Oh, if it goes over well, maybe we'll put it in there. Anyway, Along with the men love pizza, women love sushi bit that everybody loves so much. Especially like driving in the summer gets hard here because like everybody on the road only cares about getting to where they want to go as fast as possible. And if you had to die for them to get there 5 seconds earlier, they would take that trade 100 times out of 100. But then also, you have cyclists who are just doing whatever. And I mean that in a positive way. They're not, offending me. They're just trying to get to where they're going or like get some exercise. But it adds another level of complexity. Some of them are respecting the rules of the road, some of them aren't. And then you get the pedestrians as well, some of whom, nothing, of all the vehicles on the road, now these haters will say these are not vehicles. Of all the vehicles on the road, nothing annoys me more than me like having to turn right in my car. The light turns green. There's a pedestrian on the sidewalk that is facing like they're going to cross the road. The walk signal turns on, and I'm like waiting for them to walk, but they're just looking at the light, and I'm like starting to inch forward, and I'm like, I don't want to start making the turn because I'm going to kill them. And then they're like looking around, and then they look at the light, and they're looking around, and I'm like, the guy behind me is pulling out a gun to shoot me if I don't take this turn in 0.25 seconds. So he can only be an hour and a half late for his kid's birthday party. And then like I go to make the turn, and then they're like, oh, the light changed. And then I gotta make a left turn after that. But there's like people are crossing, but they stop crossing because they're like, you go ahead. You're a car. You go ahead so you don't kill me. But they don't see that there's a cyclist that's coming straight in the other lane. So they're looking at me going, come on, come on, come on. And I'm pointing at something that they can't see going, if I turn now, I'll kill this person. And the guy behind me is pulling out a bazooka to shoot me because I haven't killed 2 people here just to get into my garage a little faster. We need to make Midgar a reality. Pedestrians walk on the base layer. Cyclists ride up a little ramp, and we build a whole new road network 10 feet above the ground. And then cars drive up a 20-foot ramp, and they drive on a second road in the sky. Then you only have to worry about it when you're crossing the plains. What if a cyclist falls off? They should get better at biking then, honestly. Cyclists, when they get hit by another cyclist and thus can't blame their fractured rib on Henry Ford. I'm a cyclist myself, just because my bike doesn't go anywhere. Oh, you're gonna gatekeep me? I'm saying I'm a friend of the cyclists, okay? I need more health. We could win this one. I was gonna say I hate everybody on the road, but I realized I'm actually like a society lover more than a society fighter. It's just that the squeaky wheel gets the damn grease, you know? The people who annoy you get your attention because you notice them more. I've been trying to do a much better job of noticing patient people on all vehicles. What's a patient driver look like? They don't honk at you when you're just waiting to turn your car and not run into a pedestrian. What does a patient cyclist look like? They stop at the stop sign. What is a patient pedestrian? Listen, you might be a hater. I do this sometimes. If I'm crossing the street, but I see that the car is trying to turn left, for example, and is having a hard time doing so, I'll wait and wave them forward and just go ahead. Because I know sometimes you'll be waiting like to turn left for 35 seconds, and then there's a brief quanta of time where no cars are coming in the opposite direction, and then somebody on the sidewalk is just like, this is the perfect time to cross the road. I'll hit you with a little point and a wave at that point. I'll just cross after. I'm not engaging in a war on cars every time I walk outside. I'm just trying to get to the damn restaurant, and I'm trying to unite society at the time. At a four-way stop, no, never. I would never. At a four-way stop, you have to respect order. This is different. A lot of people in chat are saying you should never give up your right of way. There are times, listen, I understand, like in Dayton, Ohio, it might be a little different. There's times in the city you might need someone to give up their right of way just for a second so you can actually make a left turn. Because they haven't invented protected left turns in Vancouver yet. I'm hoping like at some point it happens, but it has not happened yet. Don't get close to me. I'll use arcane splinters. And the same thing, if I see somebody that clearly wants to change lanes, like into my lane, I always slow down to let him in. The only thing that annoys me is when someone wants to get into my lane, but then they speed up and get like 6 cars ahead of me and then get into my lane. Then it's on. That's all I'm saying. Some motherfucker's got to turn right at the next intersection. He's in the right lane, but just decides that someone driving the speed limit is going too slow. Have to get around them, zip past 4 cars, and then make the stupidest right turn of all time to actually... I stand the patient. When I'm outside, whether in a bike or a car, doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Whether they're in a bike or a car, if you're patient and you're not in a rush and you give people space and just make it easier for everybody, we can be friends. Vehicularly. I don't know about socially. I walked in the damn poison. Ooh. Return to camp. Alright, let's buy some stuff. This is a hard game. No doubt about it. I love this sound effect too. Also, I know we've been down this road many times before. Stop me if you've heard this one before. I vow to never honk in anger. I only honk if it's to avoid an accident or stop someone from hitting me. I will never honk just because I'm upset. I can process my emotions healthier than that without hurting other people. That's what alcohol's for. I'm just joking. It's coconut pineapple bubbly. It's 2 p.m. It's like perfect timing.